Salesforce flow loops. I want to talk about and demystify how to use loops in a Salesforce flow. Personally, it took me quite a bit to understand how these are built. I want to talk through the proper way to build these to make sure that they're efficient, that they're not hitting any limits within your Salesforce org, and give you a good example of how to trigger off of a record and update all of the related records in this case. So let's go ahead and jump into it here. So here I am on developer org. What I want to do is I want to create a flow, and in this case, in this example, I'm going to be creating a record triggered flow off of an account, and I want to update all related contacts for this account. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and hit new flow here. As I mentioned, I'm going to do a record triggered flow, and I'm going to trigger this off of the account. So again, you can use this type of loop for a lot of different scenarios. I'm going to make it as simple as possible here. I'm going to say that the record is created or updated. And in this case, I will use, what I want to do is I want to push we'll say the phone number from all of from the account to all of the contacts. So in this case, I'll go ahead and do this here. I'm going to say that the account phone, I'll say that it's not blank and that it's actually updated, right? So anytime that this phone number on the account is updated, I'm going to go ahead and push all of this through the related contacts. So it's got to be related records here. So here I am, that is my trigger. Now, what I want to do first is I want to actually get all of the related records that I'm looking to loop through to update. So in this case, I'm looking to get all of the related contacts on this account. So by doing that, I'm going to get a get records element here, and I'm going to say get related contacts. Again, make sure you try to add in these descriptions. I'm going to get all related contacts on the triggering account to update. Awesome. Again, this is going to be the contact. And I want to make sure that I'm getting the contacts related to this account. So in that case, the ID, the actual account ID, is equal to my triggering account ID. So here we go. This means I'm only going to be looping the contacts related to this account ID, right? The ID of the contacts I'm looking for is the account ID that triggered this update. In this case, I'm going to do all records, and that way I can loop through all of the records in this collection. So there's my get record. Now I'm going to go ahead and start with the actual loop itself. So I'm going to hit the loop element. And what I want to do is I want to loop all related contacts. So loop through all related contacts on this account. And so the collection variable I'm going to get is actually the get records that I just built. So this is saying I want to loop only the get records that I got on the previous step, right? Which was contacts related to this account. The direction in this doesn't actually matter in this case. So first item to last item is just fine. So far I have the account that's triggering this flow. And then I'm going to go ahead and make sure the flow go ahead and grabs all of the related contacts to this account. And then let's go ahead and start this loop. Now, what is extremely important here is how we build elements inside the loop. What is critical is that you do not have any DML or pink elements that live within the loop, because the DMLs, this is how you hit limits when you have them within the loop. So instead of doing a update records right here, so essentially I could do, get all the contacts and then loop through all the contacts and update the records each time. I'm going to put that outside the loop. So I'm going to go ahead and create this assignment to assign these records the values that I would like. So if I go into here, I'm going to get that assignment element. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna have this assign contacts phone, right? Because that's really the update that's gonna happen. And so here I am on the variable is I want to use the current item from the loop, right? The loop is going through all of the contacts that I've collected on the account. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna grab the current item from the loop. And in this case, I wanna grab the phone number. If you recall, that's what I'm looking to do is I'm looking to get the phone number and I want to input the triggering records phone number, right? So I'm inputting the account phone on the contact phone for each item within the loop, okay? And I'm assigning that value here. So if I hit done, I'm now assigning the contact's phone number, right? And so I can do that each time through the loop, but what's important is that we want to collect all of these assignment variables. So at the end, we can update them all together, right? And so after I've assigned it on each run through the loop, as you see here, current items on the loop, and this will go until it's run out of those get records, right? Those contacts. So what then I want to do is I want to create another collection variable. So I'm gonna have another assignment element here. And in this one, I'm gonna go ahead and we'll do add contacts. And here is where I need to actually create a new variable, right? And the variable that I'm gonna create is gonna be able to store, first off, store a record, okay? And I can have this, I'm gonna say contact collection, right? The data type is a record because I want to store those records and I want to allow for multiple values. And what this means is that as that assignment happens to the phone value, I want them to then collect into this variable. So I'm going to allow for multiple values. The object is going to remain the contact and I'm going to allow it available for input and output, okay? So again, this is the collection of those contacts that are being assigned the phone value. And so I'm allowing for multiple values as well as available for input and output. So here I am, and this is very important. Now that I have within this new assignment, this is the variable I just created, and I want to then add that to the current loop, okay? So what it's saying is I am collecting these every time it runs through the loop, the current items, and I'm just adding it to my contact collection, okay? So to talk through this, again, from the very top, I have triggering off the account. I am getting the related contacts, which are the records that I'm looking to update. And then I'm gonna loop through all of the related contacts. As I loop through the contacts, I am now assigning the phone number onto those contacts, and I'm collecting all of those contacts into a collection variable. Now it's gonna loop through for each of the get records. For each contact related, it's gonna loop through, and then after the last time, after it runs out of contacts, it's gonna then try to exit the flow. And now what I want it to do when it exits the flow is go ahead and make the update to these records, these contacts that have been collected. And by doing that, I'm simply gonna do an update record, do an update records, and here I'm gonna update the contact phone number. And again, this is actually going to make the update to the collected contacts, and I'm going to update the contact phone number with the account phone number. Great. And how am I going to find the records to update and set their values is I'm going to use the IDs of all field values from a record or record collection, which is why I created that second assignment element to collect all of these records. And so I can simply search for that, which is going to be the contact collection. Now, as I hit done, this is what my flow is going to look like for this scenario, right? triggering off the account, getting the related contacts, and looping those related contacts, assigning a phone number, and every time it assigns a phone number, let's add it to this collection, loop through until it ends, and then I'm gonna make the update across all of the collected contacts at one time. And this is the efficient way to build a loop. Again, make sure that you don't have any pink elements within the loop. You'll notice that it is before and after. So I'm gonna go ahead and save this and then go ahead and show you how that's demoed in this instance, in this developer org. So let's go ahead and show you this demo. Here we are on an account, and this account has two related contacts, right? It has Jack Rogers and Jane Rogers. And what I'm doing here on my loop is I'm grabbing the updated phone number and putting it into the home phone number of my two contacts. So here's Jack Rogers, he has this phone number currently, and Jane does not have a home phone number. So as I go to update the phone number on the account, which is my trigger here, I now put in this new phone number. This triggers my flow. The flow is looking through all the related contacts and updating them appropriately. So here I am. Let me go ahead and refresh Jack Rogers and Jane Rogers, and let's see how this went through to the home phone number on both of the related contacts. So there you go. That's a very simple way to use loops and to build them in an efficient manner using the get records, the different assignment variables within the loop, and then the update records at the end, updating all of your collected records and the new values in one element. And this is how you build it much more efficiently. You won't hit any limits within your Salesforce because the update records is outside of the loop. This example was just how to do this with related contacts on an account. This can apply to all sorts of processes within your Salesforce. Let me know if you have any questions, any more clarifications. Feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.